The Vega sector has fallen. World after world is freed as the Kilrathi Empire flees the Confederation fleet in a dead run for the safety of their home worlds. The Imperial forces abandon all their enslaved planets. But one. Warhammer 12. Weapons development planets of the Kilrathi Empire. It is done, my Admiral. The Graviton weapon is completed. Excellent. Our fleet has bought us just enough time. Now the tide will turn. Shall the Goddard colony be the first test site? You are standing on the first test site, Commander. A world under our control? The Emperor will not allow it. Leave that to me. We must remove all evidence of our work here. How better than with the weapon we have developed? Think of it. A small explosion, and then, for a few moments, the total gravitational field of the planet increases 137-fold. Nothing will remain. We have received word, my Admiral. The Terran fleet is approaching. Let them come, let them come. They will find nothing here. But at Goddard we will provide a welcome they shall not soon forget. Exclamation, everybody, and welcome back to Wing Commander. And we are going to do the secret missions. We're going to do both secret missions 1 and 2. There'll probably be a little bit of a break between them, but I'm basically going to make them all part of the same series rather than having a series break there, since technically they are. Secret Missions 1 was the one that actually was released as part of an SNES on the console, SNES console. Secret Missions 2 was PC only. So I've played Secret Missions 1 before on the console. I have not played Secret Missions 2 at all, as far as I remember. So this will be an interesting little jaunt here. Let's start with the Secret Missions. I do have my campaign file from the first game, but I'm not going to transfer it over. I'm going to just start fresh for Secret Missions. So let's go and do it. All right, so we'll do this, and we'll do this, and onwards. All the pilots are alive again. We're going to start out fresh here, and we're going to start out with Shot Glass. Oh, hiya, Memory. Things are happening around here. We've been making a lot of jumps. A lot of jumps. You don't have to be an active duty pilot to realize that something unusual is happening. Keep your ears open. Let me know what you hear, okay? Alright, and Iceman? Strange things going on. I was on the bridge a few hours ago. Tiger's Claw received a coded transmission from High Command. The Colonel read it and ordered non-essentials off the bridge. Since then, we've been jumping like crazy. We'll know what's happening soon enough, Iceman. True. Very true. Oh, I accidentally clicked him again. Alright, Bossman? Memory, sit down, have a drink. I was just thinking about a story I'd heard. About the Gwenhaver, an Exeter-class ship that disappeared a few years ago. You don't really believe that old fairy tale, do you? I don't think it's a fairy tale, Ice. I never heard the story, Bossman. What happened to the Gwenhaver? Supposedly, the Kilrathi captured it intact at dry dock with all its fighter complement and some of the crew. And they've used it to deceive and destroy other Confederation ships. No one who's encountered Gwenaver has survived to tell the tale. I believe it when I see it. All right, Ice, you do you. Constantly polishing your gun there. What I like too is Bossman is always like shuffling a deck of cards, which just brings me back to it's funny the parallels between these and like Wing Commander 3. Wing Commander 3, it was always you go into the bar and you had Vagabond there constantly shuffling a deck of cards and whatnot. Even Wing Commander 4, he would be shuffling cards. And then in Wing Commander 3, you had Cobra at the beginning of the game, who would, you go into the not the rec room, but the berths, and she'd be in there just sharpening her blade. And it's like the parallels here is just, it's funny how themes kind of travel through the whole series here. All right, there's our save games from the first campaign. I don't think these are usable here. So what we're going to do is save, and we're going to say secret missions. Okay. Always save often and everything. And okay, our medals are reset, and we're reset to second lieutenant instead of major. All those things. All right. There is a bug in the game where it kind of makes sense to start over, because sometimes it gets kind of confused, and it'll tell you that a pilot is dead when they're actually alive, and those kinds of things. So it's better this way to just start over. All right, mission briefing. Quiet, everyone. We have a lot of ground to cover. As you may have noticed, Tiger's Claw has made several jumps today, because we've been temporarily ordered out of Vega Sector. Several hours ago, we received an emergency communication from the Goddard colony in the Deneb sector. The Karathi fleet has attacked the colony using some kind of new weapon. Unfortunately, we've lost communications with the colony. Now we're preparing to jump to Goddard. Sir, does this mean we don't know what kind of mess we're jumping into? Right. We don't know the full extent of the Karathi fleet, and we don't know what's happened to the Goddard colony. For now, no one is to talk about this to the crew. However, we won't be alone. She's a diligent class sport loaded with emergency relief supplies for the convoy. Also, we rendezvous with the Marciano, a Venture-class corvette. Mission assignments: Alpha Wing will patrol in Hornets. You'll launch immediately when we appear in the Goddard system. If there are any cats in our vicinity, eliminate them. Then I want you to go to Nav 1 and scout for any other Karathi activity. Afterwards, proceed to Nav Point 2, where the Hickok is preparing to jump to Goddard, and provide support for her if the Karathi attack. Once she's jumped, go to Nav Point 3, where you'll meet with the Marciano. Escort the Corvette back to the Claw, eliminating any threats. Memory, your wing leader, with Hunter as your wingman. The Colonel moves on to other wing and squad assignments. Your attention snaps back to him as he concludes. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare for launch. And we're back into the old Hornets here on Killer Bee's squadron. Okay. And one of my favorite tracks of music playing. Alright, we got a bunch of stuff on screen here. We can attack Hunter. And we got some Southie to deal with. Now, one thing about the secret missions here is that they don't start out easy, since it is considered secret missions. So every mission is rather difficult, if I recall correctly. Too many Southie all over me. Also, they're using... Oh, they're using missiles far more often now. That doesn't help that I'm banging into them either. Oh, that's, yep. So, like I said, the secret missions starts out rather difficult. It doesn't start out easy. Like in the first game, you could kind of get away pretty easily because the Kilrathi didn't like use their missiles right away and all that stuff. It took a while for them to do it. Now it's just immediate. Alright, so just gonna do what we gotta do here. Alright, attack. And I gotta be a little bit better with my... Okay, he's going after him, so I'm just gonna let him do that. Meantime, I'm gonna take on a different guy here. The other thing is, too, the Kilrathi in this particular installment of the game like to shoot missiles at you just as you're coming at them, which makes for some fun times, as you can imagine. Alright, looks like that missile missed me. That's good. I hit the afterburners just at the right time, and there isn't any whatchamacallit in this game. In this version of the game, there's no chaff or flares or anything to help with decoys, to help with the missiles. You just gotta afterburn enough to try to avoid them. There we go. Right, some more southy here. And take these guys down. Almost got this guy. There we go. I think that ship jumped out. I don't know if that was one of ours or I think that was one of theirs. So I didn't get to destroy that Dorkier before it jumped out. And this guy is... He is out. he is done with us. That was the other thing I forgot about the secret missions, that they have a lot of missions here where the Kilrathi will just jump out if you don't attack the Kilrathi cap ships soon enough. They'll just bug out on you. All right. More asteroids, huh? Fun times. Avoid some of that incoming fire. Come on. Over there. Some more shots on targets. I also have to remember I'm not in a rapier anymore, I'm in a hornet, so a few shots, you know, 1 or 2 shots will just take the shields down. Why am I locked on the hunter? I want to lock onto this guy. What's he doing? Is he leaving? Oh, no, he's coming back. Like, is he leaving or is he coming back? I don't think he knows what he's doing. The hunter's giving him a run. I'm just looking at how many times he's missing. He's missing almost as much as I miss. Come on. Come on. One of us has got to hit this guy. There we go. There was a hit. Come on, Hunter. You got him lined up and everything. Just like, do him in already. I think he's running. No, he's coming back. He's coming back for more. There you go. Finally. Jeez, Louise, dude. You were a worse shot than me. Far worse shot than me. Alright, let's... There we go, more enemy ships on screen. And where are we at with these guys? This one's the one that's closest, it looks like. They have us going against Krantz, like, immediately here. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, I hate that. Banging into things. I can't even see. So I banged into our own ship here, so I couldn't see him. Now he's destroyed. Yeah, they destroyed that because I banged into him because I couldn't see him. Too many explosions on the screen. Now these guys are going to leave. Oh, that sucks. Alright. So we're going to be... I need to redo this now because of that. Okay, I'm bringing you guys back in here because... Man, this is oh, Hunter. Jesus, Hunter, stop going in front of me, please, for crying out loud. This guy is just annoying as hell. I think we're finally at a spot where I could say that we're going to succeed at this mission, hopefully. Just let Hunter get this because he's just getting in my way here. The Venture is here and it's intact. In fact, it has no damage, which is amazing. Just absolutely amazing. But and we have actually no internal damage, even though I've got no armor on the front and the back. This is like attempt number 6 or 7, something here, and the Venture Sport managed to, not the Venture Sport, the Sport, the Drayman Sport, managed to jump out before it was destroyed, so that's good. And this guy is intact, so let's see if we can get into alignment with him. Is he heading back towards Tiger's Call? Yeah, he's just on a beeline back there. So I think we're close enough now that we can autopilot. Never said anything, but I think we can. Oh no, we got more guys here. All right. So much for getting back there without this guy having any damage. Yeah, that guy's done for. And let's see if we can get this guy's attention. He's run away. So let's go after the other one. He's a long distance away too. Alright, so looks like they're all bugging out on us. Alright, those guys, I destroyed one of them and the rest of them just ran away. Now the Venture has a bunch of damage in the front. I go jinxing the whole thing. Alright. So, let's get up to speed here. I think that's the last encounter we have going here. Like I said, they were not pulling punches with this first mission. This is just the first mission, and it's freaking bonkers. And it gets a little bit better. I mean, this is I think the hardest mission in. I think a lot of people said. Excuse me. I think a lot of people said this is the hardest mission in all of the Wing Commander 1, and it certainly is a rude awakening. I'll tell you that much. All right, let's request a landing, and let's hope that I can land in one piece here. We're certainly going to try. After everything, like I said, 92 things we've gone through here. There it is. Holy crap. Yeah, look how shut the hell we are. It's just, holy hell, man. That first mission is a doozy. And the other ones are pretty difficult too, but like the first one in this whole arc has been, I remember it being the hardest one. Alright. Debriefing. Okay, you'll have to launch again in a few minutes. Let's make this quick. Your report, memory. The Lombari-class tanker was getting ready to jump out at Nav 1. It's history, sir. We were able to keep the Korathi away from the Hickox. She's headed for the colony now. At Nav 3, we protected the Marciano from a squadron of Krantz. Your recorder credits you with 8 memory, and Hunter came up with 4. Alright, you have 10 minutes to get back to briefing. Dismissed. Yeah, so the 8 and the 4 that we got, that pales into comparison as to how many they actually sent, because a lot of those fighters that we didn't kill just buggered off. So there's had to be at least 16 or 20 enemy fighters, and that was the first mission of this arc here.